Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. We have some Twitch viewers today. Hey, what is it, Primo? Thanks for joining, and I appreciate the compliment on the logo and the music. Hey, Dark Fifi, welcome. And everybody on Facebook, thank you for joining me. I have got a wonderful blend I'm surprised that I haven't done yet, because it's a very common herb. And it's blend with a lot of. Hey, Kirsten, Hey, Kirsten, welcome. Ooh, got a little tongue tied there. Anyway, tonight I'm continuing my month of herbal tisanes, and today's blend is. Am I not on anymore? No, I look like I'm on. I'm still moving. All right, if I'm still on Twitch, somebody say something. Yes. Anyway, so tonight's blend is something that's near and dear to me. It's hibiscus or hibiscus. I never really know how to pronounce it, but I've heard it both ways. And it's on what was this? I'm not on Twitch. Look up. I'm looking up. I don't know. I'm oh, haha. Oops, technical difficulties. Okay, now I'm back. I must have hit the wrong button. Oops, sorry. So anyway, hey Ma, welcome. I'm going to start my introduction again. I only lost 2 minutes, and that's not bad. So I've got, tonight I'm doing hibiscus or hibiscus, however you want to pronounce it. And it's something that I've never done on stream, but I've tasted it plenty of times, and it's very, very interesting, and I'll talk about why in just a few minutes. But this is in continuation of August being my month of herbal blends and tisanes and stuff like that. So let's get started. I'm going to show a little bit about the leaf itself. Check that out. This is absolutely gorgeous. That is a hibiscus leaf, and it comes from a flower that's grown mostly in Japan and China and the Pacific Islands. It's a tropical flower, so it needs that kind of environment to grow and thrive in. If we take a look at the liqueur, look at how gorgeous that is. Clear and like just bright red. It looks like Hawaiian punch, and I just love this kind of thing because it also kind of tastes like Hawaiian punch. Now, it tends to be a little bit tangy, sometimes a little bit sour, depending on how strong and how much you put into it. So the liqueur is going to be very interesting in that as you drink it, it's going to be it's going to taste really kind of fruity. It has a bit of a cranberry taste to it without the bitterness, just the strong tanginess to it. So after it's, let me pull this out real quick. After it's steeped, it usually lightens a bit in color. A lot of the color of the flower washes off. So you'll see it looks a lot brighter in comparison to the one that I just pulled out. It's just straight up dark red. It looks like candy to me. So there's a huge comparison. Also, you'll notice it opens up a little bit more when it's rehydrated. So there is quite a bit of a size difference as you've seen, because as it dries, it shrinks and it withers, but then it's revived after it's rehydrated. So I'm going to talk about the scent also, because the scent is going to be very interesting. So it's kind of got this smoky berryness to it. It's really hard to describe it. It's got like almost a candy kind of quality. It smells very It smells very tangy, kind of like a fruit punch, and it's got like a little bit of sourness to it. But it also has like a sweet kind of aroma, like in the in the aftermath of it, the after scent. I don't know if that's a word. I'm making it a word. Well, here we go. Ooh, that is really good. It's really tangy, kind of on the sour side, and this is the kind of flavor that it'll go very well once it's sweetened. You know how you have like the Sour Patch Kids, you have this blend that's got a very strong flavor, but once it's sweetened, it lightens up. So you have like a kind of lemonade effect, but not so much lemon, more on the side of like a fruit punch. And it tastes really, really nice. And this is, you know, as sour as it is kind of refreshing as well. What is this plant grow? Oh, I think you missed it. I know everybody on Twitch missed it. My bad. But it grows. It's been harvested in China and Japan and a lot of the Pacific Islands. Some places in Hawaii also can grow it. It grows in a lot of like close to water. So we have it by rivers and marshlands and like swamps and you know, places that have a lot of moisture in them, rainforests. It can thrive in places like that. So you have like it's very much a tropical flower. Now the funny thing is, it's kind of related to tea. It's within the tea family. It's not officially a tea because it doesn't have caffeine and it's not a Camellia sinensis, but it's known as a Rosa sinensis. So it's within the tea family, but it's not officially a tea. Camellia sinensis is always going to be the go-to plant for a tea. However, this is also an uncaffeinated flower, an uncaffeinated herb, so you're not going to get that caffeine that you if you're looking for caffeine, you're not going to get it. Even though it is related to the tea plant, it's not a tea plant at all. Ooh, my tongue's a little bit burning. Ooh, so good. Now it's got like this really nice tanginess to the bottom of my palate. As I'm drinking, it's just kind of, how do I put this? It's very tasty. It's very sour, but not like lemony sour. It's more candy sour. I'm really enjoying this. I've also been looking at some of the what does it blend well with? It can actually, it's taste wise, it's very versatile. I mean, it blends well with other flowers. It blends well with fruits. It blends well with Camellia sinensis. Just that actual tea. More, I would blend it more on the darker end to mute that sourness. But if you want that to appeal more, I would blend it with a white tea so that you taste a lot more of the sourness rather than muting it with the black or the oolong. Now, I wonder what it would taste like if I blended it with a nice choux pu'er. That might be interesting because the choux pu'er is the cooked pu'er, and it tends to be more pungent, more odorous, more strong. And I wonder how it would match up with the hibiscus. That might be a Might be a nice experiment to try one of these days. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. Another interesting thing, which I haven't talked about in a while, but blending it with interesting combinations. When I went to Australia, there was a Mexican restaurant that served a soda that was hibiscus and cinnamon. And it went really, really well together. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I drank it practically every night I was there. It was just absolutely incredible. I loved it. And I'm kind of like, I mixed it in a tea once before. I didn't quite get the blend correct, but I came close. So maybe it just needed more cinnamon on that end. I don't know, because it was really hard to get right. But I don't know. I'll keep on working on it. Is there a hibiscus soda? There is in New Zealand. Anywhere else I've never seen it, but I kind of miss it. I love the way it's kind of got, and this is gonna sound a little bit strange, but bear with me. On the back end, it kind of has like a ketchup quality. Like there's a little bit of a saltiness to it to go along with the acidic properties to it. It's actually pretty nice. Now that I think about it, I've never tasted ketchup in the tea before, but it's kind of there. That's interesting. I never thought of that before. Yeah, but there's a ketchup quality, not tomato, not tomato specifically. There is like that aspect to it because I'm talking about the ketchup kind of a berry sauce. Yeah, I mean it's more like a berry sauce than it is ketchup. But there's a certain kind of saltiness that goes beyond just tomato, and it's now that I think about it, it's actually like pretty apparent. I don't know why I never put two and two together before. There was a blend. I forget what it was. It was they put not sage. What was it? It wasn't oregano. Basil, that's what it was. White strawberry basil. They put it in the tea, and it kind of tasted like tomato sauce, like a pizza sauce. And we would joke about that all the time, but it was really very interesting. I love the way that that blend popped. You know, it was pretty good. So there's also a couple things that I wanted to mention about hibiscus that I found very interesting. I've heard how it's really, really good for you, and there's so many health benefits. Now, I'm not a doctor, so don't take this as medical advice, but there are studies that have come up where they find that it has helped people with weight loss, with blood pressure, and very interestingly enough, it also has been found to have properties that help battle cancer. They said that it helps restrict cell growth in the mouth as you drink it, and there's also a part of it that's said to like help with breast cancer. I would consult a doctor and see what they say before making this part of a regimen, because there are some health risks as well. It's also been found that if you drink too much, and I'm talking about drinking like maybe 10 or 15 glasses a day, drinking that much can actually cause liver damage. So the same studies have said. So you want to drink in moderation, as in everything, and really enjoy the flavor as you like it. Don't make it part of a mandatory on like mandatory part of your diet. And also, if you're having liver troubles already, that's pre-existing, then don't drink it at all. But if you have to drink some, limit it. That would be my advice. Again, I'm not a doctor, so I can't speak to that. But I would definitely say, yeah. Otherwise, bottoms up. And I have had hibiscus iced, and it is so good. You have to sweeten it quite a bit, because it is very bitter, and it does tend to get very very berry blend. Yeah, absolutely. It's very citric in its taste. There's no citric acid in it, but the quality. Well, actually. Now I'm wondering if there is citric acid in it. I don't know. That would be something to look into. I don't believe so, but I've been wrong before, once or twice. So I should look into that. I mean, it tastes like it has. Oh, there is citric acid in it? Wow, I did not know that. I'm gonna have to. Okay, so I recant it. You saw it here, folks. I was wrong for once. So I won't make it a habit, I promise. Ooh, that is so good. The thing about this hibiscus is it's really smooth. You know, it's like as you drink it, it's got that sour kick, but there is a light texture to it, and it kind of coats the tongue. It's definitely a long burning tea. The sourness of it spends a lot of time laying on your palate. So, I mean, I like it. Ooh, excuse me. But it's not for everybody. If you have like a low sour tolerance. Ooh, I'm trying so hard not to hiccup and it's battling me hard. Ooh, I need another swig. Okay, anyway. Like I was saying, it's got a nice full body to it. It tastes like a juice, really. And I thoroughly, I love the way that it tastes. Just as I speak, it swirls on my tongue. There's a certain kind of charm to it that it sits with you and it makes an impression. I'm thoroughly enjoying that. Very, very much. All right, I'm going to go ahead before I forget. I'm going to take the Thomas taste and see what I can dig out of it. So when I do that, I'm getting more of a ketchup flavor. Yeah, it's a little bit strange because it's kind of salty and sour at the same time. It's got like that basil kind of quality to it as well. And it's now that I'm thinking about it, it's really hard to miss. And I'm trying to figure out why I haven't noticed it before, but it's really interesting. But yeah, it blends very well with so many different things that maybe I just never noticed it before because I've always had it in a blend. But like it's very kind of deceptive in that way. You're never gonna get the full quality of something until you drink it alone. And since I very rarely drink this alone, then it kind of pushes things off to the side, and like I expand it to the big picture rather than having to identify every aspect of the hibiscus alone. I can tell quite easily when there is hibiscus in a tea because it's got a very distinct flavor, and it jumps out and overpowers a lot of other flavors. I would not blend this with any other flowers from a tea, just because floral blends tend to be overpowered kind of easily. So I would probably go with like a midway to a strong flavor to blend with this. Otherwise, it's got like definitely a certain quality that adds it adds some goodness. That's the best way I could put it. It adds some goodness to a tea. It gives it a little bit of a punch. Yeah, I really enjoy that. So, questions, comments, anything you want to talk about? Now's the time. I'm going to answer Teresa's question first, which I usually do. What would I pair this with? It's going to be pretty easy because you can pair a lot of things with fruits. You can pair it with fruit punch, fruit salad, anything that you would put fruit in. Probably like a baked ham, because you put the pineapple on it. Plenty of desserts. Even like a chocolate cake or something, because you get that kind of like a Black Forest cake that has the cherries on it. You'll get that tartness out of it that mixes very well with the dark chocolate, if you like dark chocolate. I tend to be more of a milk chocolate kind of person, but it would go well with milk chocolate as also. It gives it a nice fruitiness to the soft, creamy chocolate of it. I really enjoy it. And I love the way it just goes down. I feel it, and I taste it going all the way down my throat. And it leaves a trail of like sourness to it. But it's really nice because there's still a nice soft silkiness to the aftertaste. It's really, really easy to swallow. Yeah, thoroughly enjoying it. What else? Questions, comments, anything you want to talk about? Now's the time to open up the floor. Do I have any announcements? I don't believe so. Hopefully I'll have an announcement within the next couple weeks. I'm working on something right now that I'm very close to finishing, and it is tea related. So I'll talk about that once it's done, once it's official. But I am very close, and I'm excited about this. Everybody who's watching right this minute knows what it is, but I'll just leave that as a surprise until later. Until then, I don't think I have any other community announcements. Yeah, nothing going on in the community. I've got to get off my lazy behind and do something about that. But hey, we're all human. We all got stuff to do, right? Oh, that is so nice. It's actually like leaving a really warm spot right over here. And it kind of just sits there. I should have turned on the air conditioning because I'm kind of getting a little sweaty here. But it's really comforting. This is the kind of blend that I would drink at the end of the day, especially since it's not caffeinated. It's not going to be really affecting my sleep, or it shouldn't affect anybody else's sleep. So that being said, this is a very, very nice kind of tea to just sit and relax with. maybe as like an afternoon treat, or I would definitely recommend this iced. I've had it iced before, and it's really, really delicious. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh. Yeah, sorry, I'm battling the hiccups again. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Anyway, I think my time is up, so I'll go ahead and wrap up. Thank you, everybody, for joining me once again. This has been a wonderful presentation. I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I will send the link in the description. Thanks for joining me once again today. Next week, I'll be continuing. I think I already know what I'll be drinking for you guys, so we'll take it from there. Until next time, have a great night, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye!